This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT reading question. So this question is an inference question because it's asking you, in context, this sentence in line 6 to 7, so sentence right here, he did not do interpretation, both nature and art. It's going to suggest which of the following about Shakespeare. So remember that the beginning of this passage is talking about modern poetry. And the rest of this passage, or this paragraph rather, is going to talk about how Shakespeare's interpretation of poetry is different than that of the modern poets. So it's telling us here that Shakespeare did not do interpretation both to nature and art. He did not do all he could to get rid of the one and the other and to fill up the dreary void with the mood of his own mind. Okay, so pretty sentence here. Basically, he's not trying to put nature and art in a box like these modern poets are. So let's look at this. Choice one, Shakespeare did not espouse the political conservatism of the modernists. So even though the author has a lot about the modernists to criticize, he doesn't talk about their politics. So we don't know if they're conservative or liberal. We know nothing about their politics. So that doesn't have anything to do with the passage. Choice two, Shakespeare was tolerant in matters concerning nature and art. So this is probably true because he didn't do interpretation of nature and art. He didn't try to get rid of one and the other. He's just seeing them naturally. So that's probably our right answer. But let's look at the other ones. Choice three is tempting, but not quite right. So Shakespeare did not understand poetry in the same way as the modernists. It does say here that Shakespeare did not so understand poetry, but it's more the idea about him having a tolerance in nature and art than not thinking about poetry the same way. Maybe he thought about it the same way, but in practice he was more tolerant. So it's iffy, but this isn't as good an answer. And choice four, the modern age is one of egotism. We're talking just about modern poetry, so we can't make this general claim about the modern age. We're also trying to just talk about Shakespeare's interpretation, so this doesn't have that much to do with it. So choice number two is going to be our most accurate choice.